Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Mr. Optimistic, and today I'm beat. This volume, these complexes, and I hit a couple PRs during this cycle too. Man, I'm shook. I don't know any other word to describe it, but I'm literally shaking. My body needs to sleep for like a whole day straight, but it's working. If you survive it, it definitely works. This programming is pretty intense. All I'm seeing is like 80% and up, it feels like. And when I dream, all I see is 80% and 85% and complexes and doubles, triples, and front squats and everything else. But today we're talking about losing weight and gaining strength. It's kind of taboo. It's a little taboo to talk about it a little bit, because people are like, oh, you can't lose weight while maintaining strength. And you can, but it's hard. It's very hard. And I've been doing the sport for about 11 years, and I've been in multiple weight classes. And at the biggest cut I've ever lost was around 28 pounds, and that was not a fun time. It was fun when I did it all, but it was a little rough. It was definitely a little rough. Not for the faint of heart, to be completely honest, but just a couple of tips to start out with, and I just want to state I'm clearly not a nutritionist. I just go by numbers. Counting calories and whatnot is basically what I do, and it should be as simple as that, to be honest. Your programming is a whole different story, because you definitely need to eat to fuel your programming so you don't waste it. That's priority number one, because without good programming, you will not get stronger or maintain weight. You'll lose strength, you'll get demoralized, and sometimes when people get demoralized, they just eat. They just, stress eat. I know I've done that a couple of times with ice cream, because that's ice cream and hot Cheetos. Not at the same time, because that's not good. That's definitely not good. But when you're cutting weight, you don't really have to just be closed off to yourself. You can be social. You can socialize, aka eating bad stuff and or drinking, but just keep in moderation, or eat before you go out. Just there's ways to work the system here. And sidebar, that was a PR complex at 121 kilos. Before I did that, my best complex was at 117, so that was a 5 kilo increase, so I was pretty happy about that. The next day, my body hurt. It hurt a lot. But anything you eat when you're cutting weight has to have a label of some kind. My best friend is the Lose It app. It just simply has just a lot of food groups you can choose from, a lot of different types of food. For me, top 5 is eggs, shredded chicken. The eggs are categorized under medium, which is very important too. And just a bunch of different other food groups. I just like tuna, mostly chicken, and beef patties. That's a lot of processed meat, but I got my blood work done and it's good. So we'll just keep eating it until anything else pops up. But moving on. So when you're gonna eat, just do it in moderation. It's pretty simple, and it sucks that it's pretty simple, because a lot of people just don't do it. they just don't do it. So what you really got to understand is that only you put things in your mouth. No one's really force feeding you, and if they are, please call someone. Please get some help. So that's something that you really need to be self-aware of. If you have vices like ice cream, hot Cheetos, that's something that you need to just slowly take in moderation. And that 98 double right there, that was another PR. That was awesome. I was super pumped about that. That's a 3 kilo increase, so 6.2 pounds, give or take. So again, this programming, it just beat me up. At the same time, I'm reaping the benefits of it. And for me, just to kind of take you through what I eat in the morning, and I have 1 scoop of weight gainer, which is about 500 calories, a lot of carbs, and I take that with 8 ounces to 10 ounces of chocolate milk, and together that's around 30 grams of protein. But more importantly, for me at least, it's around 800 to 1,000 carbs. And my commute is about 30 minutes, so I sip on that all the way till I get to the gym. and you see that water bottle in the background that either has another 1,000 calories or 16 ounces of water. It's 23 ounces of water. But basically, yeah, that's kind of what I do. I just sip on that, keep the stomach, I would say, moderately fueled for me, so I can just feel like I'm speedy, not dragged down by a lot of food. So, just rule number 2 for me is getting the food scale. Food scale, you're going to use that, and you're going to hate that because it's basically going to dictate how many calories you put into your body, and an actual scale to like weigh yourself, because it's a little different for everybody else too, but for me it's, numbers don't lie, right? If the scale says 200, you're 200. You do have to be careful with cheap scales because those aren't calibrated correctly. I have a scale called Withings, and that calculates your body fat percentage. It was around $100 or so, and you pay what you get for it, because when I went to a competition, I get weighed on basically a $5,000 scale that weighs up to the 0.000 decimal point, and it was exactly the same. So that really helps when you're trying to get a true weight to when or if you start competing. So but there's a lot of different methodologies to go to in terms of like, you need an average athlete needs 1.1 to 1.8 grams per kilogram of protein in order to sustain strength, or in order to be or get enough fuel to fuel them. But for me, it's just kind of calories in, calories out for the most part. To make things simple, I do eat probably too much protein. I would say an average of like 200 grams or so. But that's what I found success in. Everybody's body's different. If you really want to get into it, go to a nutritionist and they will break it down for you in terms of like what your body digests efficiently, and you can kind of go from there. But when you're cutting weight, a lot of people push really, really too close to the edge in terms of when they're training. It's like, I feel lightheaded, I feel weak, I feel tired, ooh, that was ugly clean. But you just gotta make sure you just listen to your body, man. Just one day at a time. If you eat a little bit more because you're feeling lightheaded, or you need a little bit of sugar or something like that, then dude, your body is making you feel that way for a reason. Just listen to your body. It's just one day. I understand if you're one day out, then you just gotta suck it up. If you're one day out competing, you gotta suck it up, try to go to sleep, drink a little bit extra water, do something, take your mind off of it. But if you're not competing in a weight class or anything like that, take it one day at a time. One day at a time. That's how you go into anything. You got to build momentum, and if you can't build momentum, then it's going to be very hard to be successful in that. So when I was competing for university nationals, I weighed around 205 when my coach told me that, hey, you can qualify, but you have to be in the lower weight class. And I was like, you kidding me? The lower weight class is 85 kilograms, which is 187 pounds. And I was sitting at 205, and I looked at him, I was like, so you're saying if I keep my numbers and PR by 4 kilograms in my total, which is 8 pounds, you're saying we can go to New Orleans and compete? And he's like, yeah, if you want to do it. So I was like, all right, well, guess I'm losing weight starting tomorrow. So the training was intense. So we were training about 5 days a week. I was basically doing cardio, just light cardio, on the bike for about 20 minutes after every session, just to kind of get some more calorie burn, and kind of flush any of the soreness out. And that was a journey, because I went from 205 to around 190 in about 3 months. And then I started bouncing around between 190, 195, 189, and I just mentally, I didn't want to get below 190. I just, would eat a little bit too much of that, You know, I went out a couple times, and basically in the last 6 months of it, I just went cold turkey, and I went pretty much a lazy type of keto. And when I say a lazy type of keto, I mean the laziest type of keto. So basically when I woke up at 7 in the morning, I went to, I got a barbecue, and I cooked 4 burger patties, and I doubled up each patty with 2 American slices of cheese. And that calorie total was around 1,400 calories. So I ate those, and I didn't eat until around 3 p.m. And after 3 p.m., I would have maybe 2 cans of tuna. Then I'll be okay. And then maybe towards the end of the night, I might have like 5 ounces of like shredded chicken. I used to get that like rotisserie chicken, you know, from like Sam's Club or Stater Brothers, and then I would just shred it up, weigh it, eat it, boom, and then just go sleep. So I did that for about 3 months. 3 months, very strict. I think I went out once, and I think I had what I had. So the only thing I would drink was like a screwdriver or something like that, and I had like maybe 2 drinks, and then that would kind of be it for the day. And because I was in competing mode, you know, and I was trying to qualify. And long story short, I lost the rest of the weight, and I remember I weighed in at around 184 pounds. And I get off the scale, and I was like, oh my god, I need to eat something like juicy burger with like so I had patties without buns though, you know? So it was like a tease. I didn't have the full experience. So man, that was definitely a journey, but you know, keto doesn't work for everybody. Some people get the keto flu. I know I got some migraines a little bit, and I was like a big coffee person, and after I really didn't want black coffee, so I just took caffeine pills, and that kind of, you know, gave me my caffeine fix without, you know, drinking a lot of sugar or putting any like sugar in my coffee or anything like that. But you know, when it comes down to it, guys, there's no secret way to lose weight. For me, it's adding, subtracting. I think everybody can do that that's watching my video. Just do that and get a good coach to use for programming, you know? Get that, because without that, you won't get stronger. I ended up PRing by about 5 kilograms in my total. You know, ended up flying to New Orleans, and that was definitely an experience I'll never forget. So if you're going to take anything away from the video, I just want to finish off with 3 things. 1, don't eat anything without a label. 2, get a good coach with good programming that you'll see some gains, at least within 2 to 3 months. You should see some sort of gains within 2 to 3 months. And just number 3, get a scale. You know, you got to invest a little bit. Get a good scale, at least $100 or anything below 50 or anything above 50. Because you need something that can accurately track your weight and not give you some inflated number. Because I had some cheap scales, man, that would inflate my weight by around like 2.5 pounds, and that definitely sucked, because I thought I had some space to eat, and I did not, and I had to manipulate some water weight, and y'all don't want to do that for sure. If you made it this far, give me a like, comment down below, let me know what success you found in losing weight. Or if you have any questions, let me know. I got you. Alrighty, guys. Be safe out there. Listen to your body.